Dane "The Rock" Johnson. Dwayne Douglas Johnson, born May 2, 1972, was also known by his ring name The Rock, is an American actor, professional wrestler, and businessman. He is signed to WWE. Widely regarded as one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, Johnson was integral to the development and success of the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, during the Attitude Era. He wrestled for the WWF full-time for 8 years before pursuing an acting career. His films have grossed over $3.5 billion in North America and over $10.5 billion worldwide, making him one of the world's highest-grossing and highest-paid actors. He is a co-owner of the United Football League, a member of the board of directors of TKO Group Holdings, the parent company of UFC and WWE, and co-founder of Seven Bucks Productions. After accepting an athletic scholarship to play football at the University of Miami, Johnson was a member of the 1991 national championship team, but was largely a backup player. Despite aspirations to professional football, he went undrafted in the 1995 NFL Draft and briefly signed with the Calgary Stampeders before being cut in his first season. In 1996, his father assisted in helping him secure a contract with the WWF. Johnson quickly rose to global prominence, aided by a gimmick he employed as a charismatic trash talker. Johnson left the WWE in 2004. He returned in 2011 as a part-time performer until 2013 and made sporadic appearances from there on until his retirement in 2019. In 2023, he returned once again on a part-time basis. A 10-time world champion, including the promotion's first of African-American descent, he is also a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, a 5-time Tag Team Champion, the 2000 Royal Rumble winner, and WWE's 6th Triple Crown Champion. Johnson headlined multiple pay-per-view events, including WWE's flagship event WrestleMania 6x15, 16, 17, 28, 29, and 40, which includes the most-bought professional wrestling pay-per-view, WrestleMania 28, and main event the most-watched episodes of WWE's flagship television series Raw and SmackDown. Johnson's first film role was in The Mummy Returns in 2001. The next year, he played his first leading role in the action fantasy film The Scorpion King. He has since starred in family films The Game Plan in 2007, Race to Witch Mountain in 2009, Tooth Fairy in 2010, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle in 2017, Jumanji, The Next Level in 2019, and Jungle Cruise in 2021, and the action films Journey to The Mysterious Island in 2012, G.I. Joe, Retaliation in 2013, Hercules in 2014, Skyscraper in 2018, San Andreas in 2015, and Rampage in 2018. He also starred in the action comedy films Get Smart in 2008, Central Intelligence in 2016, Baywatch in 2017, and Red Notice in 2021. His role as Luke Hobbs in the Fast and Furious films, beginning with Fast 5 in 2011, helped the franchise become one of the highest-grossing in film. He joined the DC Extended Universe by playing the title role in Black Adam, 2022. He is also known for voicing Maui in the Disney animated film Moana in 2016. Johnson produced and starred in the HBO comedy-drama series Ballers in 2015 to 2019 and the autobiographical sitcom Young Rock in 2021 to 2023. His autobiography, The Rock Says, was released in 2000 and was a New York Times bestseller. On May 2, 1972, the son of Matani Ufegamaliata Ada Fidesemanu Ne Maivaya and former professional wrestler Rocky Johnson was born Wade Douglas Bowles. Growing up, he briefly lived in Grey Lynn in Auckland, New Zealand, with his mother's family, where he played rugby and attended Richmond Road Primary School before returning to the U.S. Johnson's father was a Black Nova Scotian and his mother is Samoan. His father and Tony Atlas were the first Black Tag Team Champions in WWE history in 1983. His mother is the adopted daughter of Peter Maivia, who is also a professional wrestler. Johnson's maternal grandmother Leah was one of the first female pro wrestling promoters, taking over Polynesian Pacific Pro Wrestling after her husband's death in 1982 and managing it until 1988. Through his maternal grandfather Maivia, Johnson is a non-blood relative of the Anoa'i wrestling family. In 2008, he inducted his father and grandfather into the WWE Hall of Fame. Johnson attended Montclair Elementary School in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then moved to Hamden, Connecticut, where he attended Shepherd Glen Elementary School and then Hamden Middle School. He attended President William McKinley High School in Honolulu and then Glencliff High School and McGavock High School, both in Nashville, Tennessee, and then Freedom High School in Bethlehem Township, Pennsylvania, in the Lehigh Valley region of the state, where he graduated in 1990. At Freedom High School, Johnson initially struggled and was drawn into a culture of conflict and petty crime. By age 17, he had been arrested several times for fighting, theft, and check fraud, and was suspended 2 weeks for fighting. An article in the local newspaper labeled him a troubled teenager with a history of run-ins with police. But Freedom High School football coach Jody Quick saw athletic potential in Johnson and recruited him to join the school's football team, where he played defensive tackle, an experience that proved to be a significant personal transformation for Johnson. My thought process started to change. That's when I started thinking about goals and what I wanted to accomplish, he has since said about his high school football experience. In addition to playing football, Johnson also was a member of Freedom High School's track and field and wrestling teams. By his senior year at Freedom High School, Johnson had played only 2 years of football, but was offered a full athletic scholarship offer from the University of Miami, whose football program was beginning to emerge as one of the nation's top-level NCAA Division I teams. About the Rock professional wrestling career. After being cut by Calgary, Johnson began his professional wrestling career the next year, in 1996. Veteran wrestler Pat Patterson secured several tryout matches for Johnson with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, in 1996. Wrestling at first under his real name, Johnson defeated the Brooklyn Brawler at a house show on March 10th and lost matches to Chris Candido and Owen Hart. After wrestling at Jerry Lawler's United States Wrestling Association under the name Flex Cavana and winning the USWA Tag Team Championship twice with his partner Bart Sawyer in the summer of 1996, Johnson was signed to a WWF contract. He received additional training from Tom Pritchard, alongside Occam Albrecht and Mark Henry. World Wrestling Federation / World Wrestling Entertainment. Intercontinental Champion, 1996 to 1997. Johnson made his WWF debut as Rocky Maivia, a combination of his father and grandfather's ring names, although announcers acknowledged his real name. He was initially reluctant to take this ring name, but was persuaded by Vince McMahon and Jim Ross. He was given the nickname the Blue Chipper, and to play up his lineage, he was hyped as the WWF's first third-generation wrestler. A clean-cut face character, Maivia was pushed heavily from the start despite his wrestling inexperience. He debuted on Monday Night Raw as a member of Marc Mero's entourage on November 4, 1996. His first match came at Survivor Series on November 17, 1996, in an 8-man elimination tag match. He was the sole survivor and eliminated the final 2 members of the opposing team, Crush and Goldust. On February 13, 1997, he won the Intercontinental Championship from Hunter Hearst Helmsley on Monday Night Raw. Maivia then successfully defended the title against Helmsley at Your House 13, Final 4. Johnson's first WrestleMania match came at WrestleMania 13 on March 23, 1997, where he was victorious in his Intercontinental Championship defense against the Sultan. WWF fans started to reject his character and push from the company. He defeated Bret Hart by disqualification in a title defense on the March 31st episode of Raw is War. Behind the scenes, Hart mentored Johnson for his first year in WWF and refused to be booked to take the title from him. On April 20th, at In Your House 14, Revenge of the Taker, he lost to Savio Vega by countout but retained the title. Audiences became increasingly hostile toward Maivia, with chants of Die, and Rocky Sucks being heard during his matches. After losing the Intercontinental Championship to Owen Hart on the April 28, 1997, episode of Raw is War, Maivia suffered a legitimate knee injury in a match against Mankind in June 1997 and spent several months recovering. The Rock was then entered into the Deadly Game tournament for the vacant WWF Championship. The finals occurred at Survivor Series on November 15, 1998, where The Rock defeated Vince McMahon's associate, Mankind, to win his first WWF Championship. A double turn then occurred as The Rock turned heel again after allying with Vince and Shane McMahon as the crown jewel of their stable, the Corporation, after the McMahons betrayed Mankind. On December 13, 1998, at the pay-per-view named after him, Rock Bottom, in Your House, The Rock had a rematch with Mankind for the WWF Championship. Mankind appeared to win the match when The Rock passed out to the mandible claw submission move, but Vince McMahon ruled that since The Rock did not tap out, he retained his title. In the main event of the January 4, 1999, episode of Raw is War, Mankind defeated The Rock for the championship after interference from Stone Cold Steve Austin. Then at the Royal Rumble on January 24, 1999, The Rock regained the title in an I Quit match, a type of submission match that only ends if one of the combatants says, "I quit," on a microphone. Intended to show a vicious streak in The Rock's character, The Rock hit Mankind in the head with a steel chair 11 times instead of the scripted 5 shots already being risky. Most wrestling matches in the Attitude Era involving steel chairs had at most 2 or 3 shots to the head. After the 5th shot, Mankind was still ringside instead of 2/3 up the entrance ramp where he was supposed to be, and after the 11th shot, which knocked Mankind out, a recording of Mankind saying, "I quit" from an earlier interview was played over the public address system. On January 31st, during an episode of Sunday Night Heat, The Rock and Mankind participated in an empty arena match, a match that took place in an arena with 22,000 empty seats where any part of the facility could be used to contest the match. After 20 minutes of chaotic brawling in the ring, the stands, a kitchen, the catering area, an office, the arena corridors, and finally a basement loading area, Mankind pinned The Rock using a forklift truck to win the WWF title. The two faced off again at St. Valentine's Day Massacre, in Your House on February 14, 1999, in a last man standing match which ended in a draw, meaning Mankind retained the title. Their feud ended on the February 15th Raw is War, when The Rock won his 3rd WWF Championship in a ladder match after a debuting Big Show interfered on his behalf. The Rock then lost the WWF Championship to Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 15 on March 28, 1999. The Rock's popularity continued to grow and audiences still cheered for him even though he was a heel. He then lost the title rematch against Stone Cold Steve Austin at Backlash, in Your House on April 25, 1999. The next night on Raw is War, he was fired from the corporation after he was betrayed by Shane McMahon, turning him face again and starting a feud with Triple H, The Undertaker, and the corporate ministry. On April 29, 1999, WWF aired the pilot episode of SmackDown, a term derived from one of The Rock's catchphrases. In the episode, The Rock continued his feud with the corporate ministry. This led to a match with Triple H at Over the Edge on May 23, 1999, which The Rock won, and a match for the WWF Championship against The Undertaker at King of the Ring, which The Rock lost. The Rock then lost a number 1 contenders match to Triple H at Fully Loaded after interference from Mr. Ass Billy Gunn. The Rock then defeated Gunn in a Kiss My Ass match at SummerSlam on August 22, 1999. The Rock was also given the privilege of having his own signature match, like The Undertaker with the Buried Alive match, Kane with the Inferno match, and Mankind with the Boiler Room Brawl. The Brahma Bull Rope match, a variant of a strap match, was a normal singles match where the components are tied together with a rope used for cattle farming, and the rope and its attached cowbell could both be used as weapons. The Rock contested this match twice, both times in Texas, versus Triple H in Dallas, and versus Al Snow in Houston. Shortly after SummerSlam, The Rock began teaming with former opponent Mankind, and the two became known as The Rock and Sock Connection. They became WWF Tag Team Champions for the first time after defeating The Undertaker and Big Show for the titles on the August 30, 1999, episode of Raw is War. The two performed a number of critically acclaimed comedic skits together, including one called This Is Your Life, which saw Mankind bring parody versions of people from The Rock's past on television, such as his high school girlfriend and his high school football coach, only to have The Rock insult them. The segment earned an 8.4 Nielsen rating, one of the highest ratings ever for a Raw segment. The two lost the titles back to Undertaker and Big Show on the September 9th episode of SmackDown, and won them back from them on the September 20th episode of Raw is War. Rock and Mankind then lost the titles to the New Age Outlaws on the very next episode of SmackDown. Rock and Mankind would win the tag titles for the third and final time after beating the New Age Outlaws on the October 14th episode of SmackDown, before losing the titles to the Holly Cousins on the October 18th episode of Raw is War. At the Royal Rumble on January 23, 2000, The Rock entered the Royal Rumble match and was one of the final two remaining, along with Big Show. In an attempt at a false finish, Big Show intended to throw The Rock over the top rope in a running power slam-like position before The Rock countered the move on the ring apron, sending Big Show to the floor before re-entering the ring as the winner. But The Rock's feet accidentally hit the floor during the reversal attempt, though those watching the event on television did not see that. This was played up in the storyline as Big Show provided additional video footage showing it and claimed to be the rightful winner. The Rock's #1 contendership for the WWF Championship was then put on the line against Big Show at No Way Out on February 27, 2000, which Big Show won after Shane McMahon interfered. The Rock then defeated Big Show on the March 13th episode of Raw is War to regain the right to face the WWF champion Triple H at WrestleMania 2000 on April 2nd in a fatal four-way elimination match, also including Big Show and Mick Foley. Each wrestler had a McMahon in his corner. Triple H had his wife Stephanie, Foley had Linda, The Rock had Vince, and Big Show had Shane. The Rock lasted until the final two but was eliminated by Triple H after Vince betrayed him by hitting him with a chair. About The Rock legacy in professional wrestling. The Rock has been listed as one of the all-time greatest professional wrestlers, as well as one of the top draws in wrestling history. Many have placed The Rock on their Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling, including Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and John Cena. In Cablevision's Television Beyond Broadcasting, The Rock was described as, for a long time, the WWE's biggest star and probably held the greatest international appeal. R.D. Reynolds stated in his book The WrestleCrap Book of Lists that The Rock was the biggest star for WWE from 1999 until 2004. The Rock's I Quit match with Mankind at the 1999 Royal Rumble event is infamous for its brutality and one of the most popular I Quit match of all times. The Rock main event the most bought pay-per-view worldwide in WWE history, WrestleMania 18, the most bought pay-per-view domestically in WWE history, WrestleMania X7, the highest-rated Raw in history, the highest-rated SmackDown in history, and was part of the highest-rated cable segment in WWE history with Mankind entitled This Is Your Life, in which Mankind would honor The Rock with various gifts and reunions. His return in 2001 had a 7.1 rating, the highest-rated segment of the year. The Rock was also part of the highest-rated match of the 21st century when his WWF Championship defense against Shane McMahon on May 1, 2000, got an 8.3 rating, making it the highest-rated segment of all time, behind This Is Your Life. In 2011, The Rock's return to an episode of Raw generated an average of 4.7 million viewers in the United States, with 7.4 million tuning in during his promo. Raw 1000 was the highest-rated Raw episode of 2012, and his segment with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan was the highest-rated segment of the show. In 2013, the night after The Rock won the WWE Championship for the first time in over a decade, at Royal Rumble, Raw got its highest rating of that year. Derived from one of his catchphrases, "Lay the Smackdown," WWE introduced in 1999 its second flagship program, WWE SmackDown, which became television's second longest-running weekly episodic program in history. The term SmackDown was included in Merriam-Webster dictionaries in 2007. He is also known for popularizing the term jabroni, derived from jobber, although it was originally introduced by the Iron Sheik. 287. The Rock holds the record for most Raw shows main event in 1 year, 38 in 2000, most SmackDown shows main event in 1 year, 36 in 2000, and is tied with Stone Cold Steve Austin in 2001 for most PPV shows main event in 1 year, 12 in 2000. The Rock is also one of 2 wrestlers, the other being The Undertaker, to main event WrestleMania in 4 different decades: 1990s, 15, 1999, 2000s, WrestleMania 2000, 2000, X7, 2001, 2010s, 18EI, 2012, 29, 2013, 2020s, XL, 2024. At the 2021 Survivor Series, WWE held a 25-man battle royal to celebrate the 25th anniversary of The Rock's WWE debut. The match was won by Amos. About The Rock acting career. Johnson entered Hollywood and had early success due to his wrestling popularity and noted work ethic. Over his acting career, he became one of the highest-paid and most successful actors in Hollywood. He began his acting career on television while wrestling. In his first television acting job in 1999, he portrayed his father Rocky Johnson in an episode of that 70s show called That Wrestling Show. Nearly a year later, he appeared in the Star Trek Voyager episode Sunkets as an alien wrestler who fought against 7 of 9. While Johnson was away from WWE, the company continued to sell The Rock merchandise, and he continued to be featured prominently in the opening montages of their television shows. Johnson made his theatrical debut in The Mummy Returns in 2001, playing the antagonist Matthias, the Scorpion King. He reprised this role in the spin-off film The Scorpion King in 2002, where he starred as the titular character. Johnson was paid $5.5 million for his leading role, putting him in the Guinness World Records for the highest salary for a first-time leading man. The film was a commercial success, and despite mixed reception, Johnson's acting was praised. Film critic Roger Ebert wrote, "I expect him to become a durable action star." In the following years, he worked in action films The Rundown in 2003 and Walking Tall in 2004, but these films failed to gain success. He had a supporting role in the comedy Be Cool in 2005 as a homosexual bodyguard hoping to become an actor, and was the primary antagonist in the horror film Doom in 2005. He also worked in the sports drama Gridiron Gang in 2006, comedy Reno 911, Miami in 2007, and thriller Southland Tales in 2006. He had further success by playing an arrogant famous American football player in the sports family comedy The Game Plan in 2007, Agent 23 in spy action comedy Get Smart in 2008, a cab driver in the science fiction film Race to Witch Mountain in 2009, the title character in the fantasy comedy Tooth Fairy in 2010, and a police officer in The Other Guys in 2010. He presented the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects at the 80th Academy Awards. Commercial success, 2011 to 2020. Johnson's first big box office success came in 2011, portraying Luke Hobbs in Fast 5 in 2011. The film became the 7th highest-grossing film of 2011. He also starred in the box office hit Journey 2, The Mysterious Island in 2012. He became known for reinvigorating film franchises after portraying Marvin F. Hinton/Roadblock in G.I. Joe, Retaliation, and reprising his role as Luke Hobbs in Fast and Furious 6 in 2013, while also starring in true story films Pain and Gain in 2013 and Empire State in 2013. That same year, he hosted and produced the TNT reality competition series The Hero and won the Favorite Male Butt Kicker Award at the 2013 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. In May 2013, it was announced that he would executive produce and star in Ballers, an HBO comedy drama series about NFL players living in Miami. By December of that year, Forbes named him the top-grossing actor of 2013, with his films bringing in $1.3 billion worldwide for the year. Forbes credited the success of Fast and Furious 6, which grossed $789 million globally, and his frequent acting work as primary reasons for topping the list. About The Rock personal life. In 2009, Johnson obtained Canadian citizenship through his father's birth and citizenship there. In 2017, he had the small Brahma bull tattoo on his right arm covered with a larger half-sleeve tattoo of a bull's skull. Johnson is a supporter of the Samoan National Rugby League team and publicly pledged his support to the team during the 2021 Rugby League World Cup when the team made the finals for the first time. Johnson has experienced multiple episodes of depression, beginning in his college years. He has spoken publicly about the importance of seeking help and being open about mental health struggles, advocating for increased awareness and support. Relationships. Johnson first met Dani Garcia when they were both University of Miami students in the early 1990s. They married on May 3, 1997. She is a businesswoman, International Fitness and Bodybuilding Federation professional bodybuilder, and producer. They have one child, Simone, a daughter, who was born August 14, 2001, in Davie, Florida. In 2003, Johnson got a partial Samoan P tattoo on his left side. In August 2004, in recognition of his service to the Samoan people and because he is a descendant of Samoan chiefs, Johnson was given the noble title Suli, meaning the son of Malietoa, Alo o Malietoa, by Malietoa Tanumafili II during his visit there. On June 1, 2007, Johnson and Garcia announced they were separating amicably. In 2007, Johnson began dating Lauren Hashian, the daughter of Sib Hashian, the drummer for the band Boston. They met in 2006 while Johnson was filming The Game Plan. In May 2008, his divorce to Garcia was finalized. On August 18, 2019, Johnson and Hashian married in Hawaii. They have two daughters, Jasmine and Tiana, and live in Los Angeles. They also maintain a farm in Virginia, 412, and a home in Southwest Ranches, Florida. In February 2020, WWE announced that Johnson's daughter Simone had started training at the WWE Performance Center, making her the first fourth-generation WWE wrestler. On May 16th, Johnson announced she had signed a contract with WWE, and in May 2022 announced that her ring name would be Ava Raine. She has since been appearing on the NXT brand. About The Rock house. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson owns a stunning mansion in the exclusive Beverly Park neighborhood of Los Angeles. This Mediterranean-style home, purchased for $27.8 million, is nestled in one of the most expensive and private gated communities. The mansion spans 17,630 square feet and sits on 3.67 acres of land. It features 6 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, a music studio, a spa, a movie theater, and a portable exercise center that Johnson calls his Travel Iron Carnival. The property also includes a 2,500 square foot guest house, indoor and outdoor swimming pools, a baseball diamond, and a tennis court. The house has a star-studded history, previously owned by actor Paul Reiser and musician Alex Van Halen, who built the property in 19931. Johnson's neighbors include other A-list celebrities like Denzel Washington, Sofia Vergara, Eddie Murphy, and Adele. Thank you for your time. Hit that subscribe button for more uplifting stories. Share this with friends, and let's continue to chase our dreams together. Subscribe now and stay inspired.